Welcome to my January journal flip through. And so this right here is my daily planner, memory keeper, and it's a steel ink notebook in the size pocket. This is my little thing I got from a pair of socks that I had a couple years back. And I just wanted to go through and show you how my journal's going, at least for the month of January. A little flip through for inspiration and all things like that. So first things first, this is the usage of my little pencil board that I guess came with sterling ink. It's probably not a pencil board, but I've been using it as such. This is my monthly layout. You notice blue was the vibe. So I've been using a lot of these Pilot G2 pens, and I used a light blue color for my writing, and then I used a blue Midori or a midliner marker. And so that's what this month looked like. And my goal was to have a memory keeping, a doodle a day kind of thing, where I kind of just make a little doodle and what I did in the day. And I also used some stickers. I printed these stickers myself, so that was pretty fun, and I slowly started getting better at doing that. But this is pretty much what it looked like. It's been really fun. I really enjoyed it. And then I also put the books read right here. And so I read 3 books last month. Not the best, but also not the worst, because I could also have not read any. And then I'll show you guys. I also have bingo card, which is right here, and I have I've gotten a good amount done, but not a lot. But then I also have, this is my little MPD tracker, which is basically mood, period, and daily TikTok post. And so that was these. And so that was really fun. I also have a key right here on the side. And then I also have an index for the month, which has been really good. I used the color that I used to make the monthly wheel, but pretty much this is like a little bit of like what I did in the day. And I usually do this before the day ends, just in case I forget to do it on my dailies. But now that we have that done, let's get started with the through. So if you notice right here, I have this front page. I'm choosing to do something different for February. I'm choosing to do a bingo slot, but this time around I put things I liked this month, which were the books, music, snacks, and activities. And it was fun, but I didn't really care for it too much, like the way that I did it. So let's start the flip through. And so like I said, I went with the vibe of the pen that I picked up, and that was like the main color for what I was doing. But this was the first day of the year, and I ended up making Bosole from scratch, which was pretty sick. And then the next day I did a double feature day where I watched Marty Supreme and Socks on Blue. This I actually ended a lot of the movies and stuff that I watch I end up putting on TikTok and I talk about, so you can always hang out there with me. And then I also did a paint and play, so that's what we did on that day. And then on Sunday I organized and rested, but then I ended up resetting my desk into a different way of sitting. And so if you haven't noticed some of my most recent videos, the desk setup is a little different, and that's actually what it is. And then I watched another movie on the 5th, and I actually printed out the stickers, so that was pretty fun. And then another movie day, and then after that I was reading, did some laundry, and then I printed out some more stickers that I printed and cut. And then I have been painting my blood angels before our tournament, and then I also printed more stickers, and that's what those look like. And then we also finally, for the first time in a while, were able to find some Pokemon cards and Magic cards that were priced pretty sickly. And so that's what this is. This is from my Magic box, and then this is from the Pokemon card that I found. And also, I put dog meat in here. It's the one that you like cut out, but put it in there so that I really enjoyed looking at it. Let me see if I can fix it. There we go. But there's that. And so let's go to day 10. And we actually were playing Warhammer to practice for our Beer Hammer tournament. And this was a really fun picture of what it looked like in the midst of our Beer Hammer day. And then another double feature on the next day, I watched Dead Man's Wire, which was incredible. Anaconda, which was not that bad. It was fun. And then the next day, I saw the Housemaid, which was okay, not great. And then we got groceries. And then I finished my first book of the year on the 13th, which was Becoming Free Indeed, which was bad. And then on the next day I watched No Other Choice, which was pretty darn good as well. And then I did a lot of last minute painting, which if you look on here you'll see that's like some of my minis painted on my bookshelf. And then on the 16th I actually did a full spread of the tournament. I went to my first ever Texas Open Warhammer tournament, and these are some pictures from the weekend, and it was very, very fun. I had a lot of fun and this is the new dice that I got, which are very cute, and I just had a really good time. It was my first tournament. I'm really excited to do a tournament, do my next tournament, learn how to play even better, and get my minis painted up better. But also I went to a dad mall, like liminal space-esque mall, and so that was pretty fun to photograph. And then the next day, I actually had a triple feature, and so I watched Hamnet, Primate, and Madagascar, which was very fun. And then we also opened magic cards as well, and this is from the magic set. And also in here I have two cards that this one came from that pack, and then this one came from the box of the magic cards, which is pretty cute. Then they go back in there, and it was a day off. But yeah, we got these magic cards. We had ordered a couple since we finally found some in stock after years of everything being sold out, so it was pretty great. But then on the 20th, we continued to open the same packs because we opened one pack at a time, and this was the art that I took from that box of the Final Fantasy one. And then on the 21st, I played the new update of the Animal Crossing, and I kind of drew my island to a degree of like where it was at, and then we had some canes. And then on the 22nd, I finished Out of Shape Worthless Loser by Gracie Gold, which was my second book, and a 5-star read. It was really good. I wrote my thoughts on that. It started to get cold, and I worked from home on that Friday, and that is a sticker I made as well. And we got this cake from Costco, and we prepared for the winter storm, which was pretty nice. And then winter storm time, pretty much, we went on a little snow walk. We walked in the area. I printed the sticker, Animal Crossing marathon. It was like 13 degrees outside. I also was playing the stock market, so that was pretty fun. I do have to start playing again since I kind of took a break. That was fun. And then in the next page, I made these stickers, which was pretty sick, and more Animal Crossing planning and talking about it. Another work from home days since the sun finally came back, but there was a lot of ice and Animal Crossing. A chicken moved in and so it auto-filled, so I started getting a little defeated in playing, but my stickers look cool. And then on the 28th, the snow finally melted, and we went and walked 2 miles on a treadmill at our local gym in our apartments. And then I also bought these acrylic markers, which are actually right here, and they were on sale, so I picked these up, and I really like them, and I like the colors that they came in. And then I put some songs that I had in my mind on repeat, which were a lot of songs by Joji, XG, Tyler the Creator, ASAP, and Young Pose. And we went to go get groceries finally since we had been stuck. And then on the 30th, we very much ice out, and didn't really do anything. Stayed at home, didn't go get groceries on that day because we got them the day before, and we just stayed to ourselves. And then the next was a double feature day where we watched Sent Hope, Return to Silent Hill, and then I also finished Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, which was my second read by her, which was pretty good. And then one really cool thing about Sterling Ink that I noticed is that you have like a little page at the end of the month, and I pretty much printed a bunch of these stickers myself, which I was really proud of, so I used those. And then these were from memory keeping as well, and I just kind of put some fun memories of like printing stickers and our Warhammer playing and tournament, cats being cute, and the winter storm, and then this little guy that we saw at a Hot restaurant. But that pretty much is my January flip through. I do have one last thing to show you guys. It's not up to date. I do need to update it, but this right here is my 2026 movies using my A-list, and this is where I am right now. I do have to catch up on these, and I am at like movie 14, so I do need to catch up on putting these down. But there's that page, and then here are the books that I read, and here's that, and I am behind, but this is my books of 2026 that I've laid out. But that right there, I'm gonna show you what it looks like right here. But my January update of my Sterling Ink daily, and that's what it looks like so far. I've had a lot of fun with it, and some days I do want more space, but then on other days I don't have enough to say, so it's been really good to use this size. And this is what she's looking like right now, but let's see how she manages. Will she last until the end of the year? Who knows? I will keep you guys updated each month, but let me know how you are journaling, what you're doing, and let's compare notes. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye!